Our doubleheader this evening, the United States national team against Azerbaijan, along with Alexi Lalas, Bob Lee, and we were talking earlier this evening of the lineup the United States had trained with at the open training session. It is their starting lineup. This is the 11, and you think a very good shot. This could be the team the United States put out against Ghana on June 16th.
Very well, and we'll start with this back four that is in constant flux. Not a lot of people know exactly what that back four is. Jeff Cameron, take a look at Jeff Cameron who's coming in. Omar Gonzalez has been occupying that place. Jeff Cameron, obviously spending most of his time playing out right back over in England, comes in as that center back position. See how he goes.
They're paired for only the second time, too.
Absolutely, but look in the midfield. Michael Bradley in front of Jermaine Jones. Usually they're side by side in that 4-2-3-1. This is a 4-4-2 with a diamond in the midfield. My problem with this is that Jermaine Jones doesn't like to sit put. We saw Michael Bradley do very well with Kyle Beckerman back in that position, but this type of formation with Michael Bradley and Jermaine Jones puts both of those players, I think, in positions that they're not the best at. And then up top, we talk about Jozy Altidore and all the problems that he has had over in England right now. Against this Azerbaijani team, he should score goals tonight. He is going to get opportunities for his confidence, and for this team, he has to have a big night, and I think he will.
Let's advance the conversation, of course, the ghost who's not in this lineup, the man cut last Thursday, Landon Donovan. Little clarification. In a conversation with Julie Foudy the day that he made the decision to not include Landon Donovan, Jurgen Klinsmann said, God forbid a striker gets hurt. I'm the first one to get on the phone and call Landon back in. We got a clarification today in a conversation we'd had with Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yeah, and we talked to Jurgen, and he told us that it's not just if a striker gets hurt, I bring in Landon Donovan. He made it very clear that if it's a specific striker that's injured, I may bring in Landon Donovan. So he was very lawyerly in the way that he used his words, and he gave himself an out. So I know a lot of people are watching these games saying, Landon Donovan could come back in with an injury. Yes, that's the case, but when Jurgen Klinsmann is picking and choosing these words very, very carefully with regards to the possibility of Landon coming back in if there's an injury, it makes you start to think.
Well, the venue tonight, Venerable Candlestick Park, only the second from last event to be staged there, Julian Green. He's in this selection, not starting, of course, tonight. It's a friendly. There are 6 substitutions. We're going to get you for the anthems and the walkouts in San Francisco coming up. Not long ago in San Francisco, watching his team warm up. He's won the World Cup as a player. He's managed Germany to a 3rd-place finish. And when you get to the World Cup, every manager, every technical director, every coach bets his job with his selection, his roster selection. And even with the additional 4 years of job security in his contract, you have to think that is the case as it is with anyone else, with Jurgen Klinsmann. And so, some young names on this 23-man selection.
Yeah, you live and die by these big, bold decisions that you make, and Jurgen Klinsmann has done it. He's paid a lot of money to do it. It has nothing to do with merit or history or form. When you got guys like Julian Green and Timmy Chandler and John Brooks, who, as far as merit, have done absolutely nothing to deserve this golden ticket. But you know what? Life isn't fair and soccer isn't fair. It's about personal preference. Jurgen Klinsmann made this decision based on what he thinks is going to get him to do well this summer. Or at least he should have made a decision based on what he thinks is going to have him in the best possible spot to win a World Cup this summer. Not 4 years from now, this summer. And he told us today that's exactly what he's doing. Remains to be seen.
Expediency, ruthless results. That's all that matters. And they have bet the ranch on this because Klinsmann said himself, we, the United States national team, have to beat Ghana. And if they come off with a draw there, they already are behind the 8 ball. We know it's the group of death. It's one of 2 or 3, and probably the most mortal of the groups of death that we'll see in Brazil. But if they do not beat Ghana, the U.S. national team, they start in a great deficit. And so they've bet it all.
Absolutely. Ghana is the key game, and it has nothing to do with qualifying. When we talked to Jurgen Klinsmann today about qualifying, doesn't matter. He wants to have a team that's going to win this summer.
Newsflash, Clint Dempsey, who had been penciled into the starting lineup, we just been told from U.S. Soccer, will not start. Groin pull, groin strain, is that what I've been told? And Chris Wondolowski will get the start. This is reminiscent of Michael Bradley being pulled out of that Costa Rica qualifier as he sprained his knee or his ankle badly in the last kick on a rainy night in San Jose just before walking off. So a groin strain, Dempsey, you have to believe an abundance of caution here because you...
Well, now the wheels start spinning.
You're going to... Yeah, hey, is this the striker? Is this the phone call strike?
A withdrawn type of forward that maybe this is just precautionary.
Well, an abundance of caution here, you got to believe. You're dealing with the captain.
These are the fun things to talk about. If Clint Dempsey can't go, to a World Cup. That is a position, a specific position, and a specific striker type of player, especially in a 4-4-2, which is what they're trotting out tonight, that maybe a Landon Donovan could fit in. So the plot thickens.
Amazing. Who gets the armband? Do you think it might be Tim Howard at the end of this? We'll end up with the armband. Clint Dempsey, of course, the stoic captain named last year by Jurgen Klinsmann. So if you've just joined us, the word just in less than 2 minutes ago. Groin strain for Clint Dempsey. He will not start tonight. Chris Wondolowski, who played his way with a tremendous Gold Cup last year and a great goal he had against Mexico, proving that he could score for country as well as club, and elevated himself from the fringe to the 23. Gets a marvelous opportunity tonight.
Great opportunity for him. The nation holds its collective breath for Clint Dempsey's groin right now, but for Chris Wondolowski,
one way to look at it.
This is a great opportunity. And he did absolutely everything in his power to make sure that Jurgen Klinsmann did not leave him off the 23. I think a lot of people are happy for him, but still the question is, will it translate to the World Cup level? Will Chris Wondolowski score a goal in the World Cup? I already said he's scoring in the World Cup.
You're on record.
I think he's scoring in the World Cup.
We have a Costa Rican officiating crew tonight. After this event at Candlestick, they will have a Legends Touch football game and then appropriately a Paul McCartney concert, and then they will close this venerable structure. My favorite place, because it was built well enough to withstand the earthquake in 1989 at the World Series. The first time the U.S. men's national team have ever played at Candlestick Park. And tonight, the first of the 3 preparatory matches, and this by far the easiest on paper. Azerbaijan to be followed by Turkey, and then Nigeria. And Chris Wondolowski, who sat the other evening with his young child in his arms and watched San Jose play, his club team now gets an unexpected opportunity with a lot of fans, you would think, paying good money to watch him and hope they'd see him in the second half. They're going to see him from the drop tonight.
I think success tonight for this U.S. team is Josie Altidore gets a goal, clean sheet for the team, and there's no injuries. Well, we always seen a little bit of injury, but for the rest of the game, that there's nothing else that happens to these guys.
And we talked about the formation that the United States will play, with Jermaine Jones staying at home at defensive midfield, giving Michael Bradley some of the freedom to move about as he did in the first half and so effectively against Mexico. We'll see if that holds again this evening. The fans in attendance will be asked to sing the national anthem this evening. Michael Bradley, I've dubbed him the indispensable man, and Jurgen Klinsmann already. Bertie Folks, who is his assistant and special advisor, will be the manager and is the manager of Azerbaijan and has been since 2008. So a rather peculiar situation. Josie Altidore trying to erase the memories of a struggling season at Sunderland, and now the Azerbaijani national anthem.
Join your fellow supporters in singing the Star-Spangled Banner.
and an a cappella version of the national anthem. So Clint Dempsey out. Chris Wondolowski will get the start. USA and Azerbaijan in drama from even before the opening kickoff. Let's now send you out to San Francisco to a gentleman you will enjoy a great deal this summer during our World Cup coverage, the voice of John Champion, in company with our Taylor Twellman for the USA and Azerbaijan. Good evening, John.